What is the greatest risk to your retirement savings that you face today? Well, what if I said it's taxes? Well, many people are stunned by this, and that's why this risk, which is literally hiding in plain sight, is why it's so dangerous. Without proper tax planning, you could literally see your hard-earned savings that took a lifetime to save disappear much faster than you expected. Now, how is this possible? When you retire, you can end up owing taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals, taxes on your Social Security benefits, taxes on your investment income, and the list goes on. And then, before you realize it, the money that you're relying on to fund your retirement could be a whole lot less than you thought it was going to be. Welcome to Redefining Retirement. I'm Chris Abts from Cornerstone Wealth Management, and I'm so pleased we're spending this time together. Coming up on today's show, we're going to look at 3 retirement tax traps that could unnecessarily wipe out your hard-earned savings. We'll also share some simple tax strategies that could easily save you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars during your retirement. So here's what's coming up. See, these large cost of living adjustments, they cause more retirees to be taxed on up to 85% of their benefits, and many to also be forced into a higher tax bracket, which is obviously not good news. Those required distributions could force you to sell your investments at a loss, so there's no way to ever get that money back again. Today, the highest federal income tax rate is 37%. Back in the early 80s, the highest federal income tax rate was 70%. Saving for your retirement is a great start, but it's what you do with your money that really matters. So how will you generate your income? Minimize your risk, reduce your taxes, maximize your Social Security benefits. Welcome to Redefining Retirement. I'm Chris Abts of Cornerstone Wealth Management, and this is where you can count on straightforward and objective advice on the toughest challenges you'll face in retirement today. Now, today, I'm sharing 3 retirement tax traps with you that could significantly reduce your hard-earned savings, as well as some simple tax strategies that could save you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in your retirement. So let's jump in. The first tax trap is not planning out your IRA and 401k withdrawals. If you don't have a good plan or a strategy in place for how and when you're going to take withdrawals from your IRA and 401k, I want you to understand that you could end up owing a lot more in taxes than you planned. Why? Because IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, 457s, these are tax-deferred accounts. And that means you haven't paid the tax man yet. So every dollar you withdraw from these accounts has a tax consequence. And the more you take in any given year, the more likely it is that you'll trigger a big tax bill in retirement. But I want you to be aware that you can potentially avoid this tax bill. And I'll share with you how to do that in just a minute. Now, during your working years, it was really easy to contribute money to an IRA or a 401k. And the money could be automatically taken from your paycheck and deposited into, say, that 401k. And those deposits were tax-free. And it felt good to do that because you got a tax deduction that reduced your taxes each year you made a contribution. And then, over time, that money grew. And you paid no taxes at all on any of that growth. But when you begin withdrawing that money in your retirement, that's when things are going to get complicated. And sometimes it might feel like it's a trap. And I've seen sophisticated investors trigger huge, unnecessary tax bills that cost them a small fortune in retirement. And those are sophisticated investors, so nobody is exempt from this tax trap. So that's a problem. And if you're not careful, you could ruin a lifetime of investing when it comes time to withdrawing money from your nest egg. You see, the IRS classifies withdrawals from your IRA and 401k as what's referred to as ordinary income. You know what else is considered ordinary income? Your Social Security benefits, your interest, dividends, rental income. Yep, just about everything that shows up on your tax return as a retiree is pretty much considered ordinary income. So pretty much all of your income sources get added up together and you pay income taxes on all of this money. Now here's the kicker. This happens even if you didn't work one single hour all year long. So that's why the timing of your IRA and 401k withdrawals and when you file for your Social Security benefits, it's critical. Now on top of this, The decision of when to tap your IRA and 401k, it has a domino effect on the amount of taxes you pay in your other income sources. So things like Social Security, pension, other investment sources of income. And that's why we want to help our clients plan for this. And the sooner the better. Because if you're not careful, one wrong move could force you into a higher tax bracket. And it could also double your Medicare premiums, which means that the money that you're counting on to fund your retirement could be a whole lot less than what you thought it was going to be, unless you create a plan now to keep more of your hard-earned money for you and not the IRS. Now, another myth I want to dispel is the belief that taxes will go down in retirement, not up. But that's not necessarily true. And I find that many people make this mistake and they end up paying dearly for it. Now, I understand why they believe this myth. Well, they falsely assume that they'll pay less tax in retirement because they're no longer working for a paycheck. Unfortunately, that won't be the case for millions of retired Americans. Think about it. Your tax situation can change as you age. For example, deductions like mortgage interest, claiming children as dependents, they disappear. And at a certain point in time, you are required to begin withdrawing money from your IRA and 401k. This is what's referred to as your required minimum distributions. And it's something that none of us had to deal with before. And today, when you turn age 73, the government forces you to begin withdrawing an increasing percentage of the money in your IRA and 401k. And you must continue to tap that account every single year until the entire account has been depleted. Now here's the kicker. You must make those withdrawals, regardless of whether you need that money or not, or whether the stock market is up or down. So those required minimum distributions may not sound like a big deal on the surface, but they can really force your hand in a bad way. For example, imagine you're 73. You start taking your required distribution, but then the stock market goes down. So your portfolio is also way down. Those required distributions could force you to sell your investments at a loss, so there's no way to ever get that money back again. And to make it worse, that required distribution could also push you in a higher tax bracket. So as a result, you end up with a higher tax bill and even less money in your pocket. It's like a snowball effect, so you really need to be careful here. So here's how you navigate your IRA and 401k withdrawals to avoid this first tax trap. And it comes down to understanding the difference between tax preparation and tax planning. Now, most people, they're familiar with tax planning. You prepare and file your tax return every year, simply by putting the right numbers in the right boxes. Often, you might do this with the help of an accountant or a CPA. But aside from a few deductions that might save you a few dollars, what's done is done. You're simply reporting history. Now, tax planning, on the other hand, is different. With tax planning, you're looking forward, not backwards. You're using the tax code to identify the appropriate tax strategies that will help you to save a large amount of money in taxes for the rest of your life. And from our many years of experience with helping thousands of people do just that, we found that if you take advantage of some simple tax planning strategies before you retire, the savings could end up being significant. In fact, it's not uncommon for us to uncover tens of thousands of dollars or more in savings for our clients. Now, to illustrate this point, we recently met with this nice couple. I want to share with you the very real catastrophe that we help them to avoid. This is the kind of planning we do all the time. Now, this couple, they were about to retire, and they were looking forward to enjoying the benefits of a lifetime of hard work and diligent saving. Now, they probably came in and told us that they had saved $1.8 million, and they were confident about how they were set up for their retirement. The husband said, hey, even if we live to age 100, our lifestyle retirement will be covered. In fact, they even approached this visit with us as more of like a check-the-box kind of meeting. Basically, they were looking forward to our stamp of approval for their retirement plans. Then we ran through some numbers in this process, and one of the things we did was we calculated their tax bill, their total tax bill for retirement, and we shared it with them. Immediately, they saw a potential catastrophe. A big chunk of their $1.8 million that they had diligently saved for retirement, it was in pre-tax, meaning tax-deferred IRAs and 401ks. And since they have yet to pay the tax on this money, the reality is that a big chunk of that $1.8 million that they've been counting on for retirement, it won't be theirs to spend. And every time they take some money out, they'll have to take out even more to cover the taxes on these withdrawals. So can you see how this problem just snowballs? Next, we ran a quick income analysis, and we shared that with them. They're set to run out of money by the time they are 81 years of age. And they were shocked. They were ready to plow headfirst in retirement, and they never saw this coming. They knew they hadn't paid taxes on the money when it was going into their IRAs and 401ks, but nobody had showed them how much money they had to pay when that money was coming out. And to make matters worse, today's current low tax rates are set to increase in less than 2 years, which would give them even less money to spend in retirement. Fortunately, we were able to help them with some simple tax strategies that significantly reduce their tax bill for the rest of their life. We did it for them, and we can probably do it for you too. It's your choice. You can be stuck with whatever bill you get from Uncle Sam, or you can take back control. And over the past couple years, there have been several things we've been unable to control. But this area, taking back control of the taxes that you will pay during your retirement, this is an area where you can literally take back control, which can give you more confidence in your retirement. Here's the bottom line. If you have money in an IRA or 401k, well, you look at that statement and believe that it's all your money. It's not. Some of that money is yours. Some of it belongs to the IRS. And you'll have to pay tax on that money each time you draw on that account. And you may be massively underestimating the taxes you'll end up paying in retirement. But right now, today, there are strategies that you might be able to take advantage of to dramatically reduce those taxes with a free Cornerstone Retirement Tax Savings Analysis. Here's how this works. First, we'll get some basic information from you. We'll determine the tax saving strategies best suited for your specific situation. Then we'll sit down and we'll share them with you so that you can see exactly how much money you could save in retirement. These strategies, they could save you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if you've saved at least $250,000 for your retirement, scan the QR code or give us a call to schedule your analysis. And coming up next, we'll take a look at the second tax trap that could trigger higher taxes and eat away at your Social Security benefits. We'll be right back.
Approaching retirement requires a shift in how you view your investment and income portfolio. Are you making the transition successfully? Author Chris Abts, in his latest book, Maximizing Your Income, will show you how to structure your income while avoiding 10 retirement pitfalls. You'll also learn 3 strategies to create sustainable retirement income. Learn to plan for potential healthcare costs and how to avoid 4 common yet costly Social Security mistakes. The information you gain from this book may help you retire sooner and help you stay retired. Get your complimentary copy today at MaximizingYourIncome.com and take control of your retirement.
Could your tax bill in retirement be larger than you think? Taxes can play a significant role in retirement. After all, they determine how much of your hard-earned savings you get to keep and how much you send to the IRS. If you're like many savers, you may not know the total amount of taxes you could potentially pay. I believe information is critical to making informed decisions about retirement. If you agree, I want to share a resource that can help. Use your phone camera to scan this QR code. It will take you to a page that generates a quick report that can help evaluate your potential tax bill in retirement.
Stay informed on the latest news and events affecting retirees at cornerstoneway.com.
At Cornerstone, we believe you should be able to enjoy the retirement you have always wanted. To help you see your retirement strategy from all angles, we created a retirement roadmap, which is designed to help you discover the knowledge you need to take control of your money and live a confident retirement regardless of what challenges arise. So you envision the life you want to live, and we can help you create a plan that leads you down that path. Join us for a conversation about your vision for your ideal retirement by calling the trusted professionals at Cornerstone.
Welcome back to Redefining Retirement. I'm your host, Chris Abts from Cornerstone Wealth Management, and this is where you can count on straightforward and objective advice on how you can maximize every dollar that you've saved for retirement. Now, taxes, they will likely be your biggest expense in retirement. So today, we're looking at 3 retirement tax traps that could significantly reduce your hard-earned savings, as well as some simple tax strategies with actionable ideas that you can use to reduce your taxes. So the second retirement tax trap is not knowing that 85% of your Social Security benefits can be taxed. For example, you look at your Social Security statement. You see the amount that you should receive, so that's what you expect to get, and you plan for that. In reality, the amount you actually receive is smaller. As a result, your retirement could look a lot different than what you imagined. Now, you've paid into the Social Security Trust Fund ever since your first paycheck as a kid. And between you and your employer, you contributed 12.4% of your earnings, and you did that for decades. That's a lot of money. So essentially, you've given an interest-free loan to the government. But when it comes time to get your money back, Uncle Sam, he wants a big chunk out of it for taxes. Now, how much of your Social Security is Uncle Sam taking back? Well, it's based on your annual taxable income. So you could pay tax on as much as 50% of your benefit all the way up to 85% of your benefits. But if you're like most retirees, those benefits, they're a part of the foundation of your retirement income. And most people don't realize this, but if you were what we might call an average income earner throughout your working career, your Social Security benefits could add up to, say, maybe $500,000 or more. And if you're an above average income earner, your benefits probably around $1 million or a little bit over that. But if you had to pay taxes on up to 85% of your Social Security benefits, then your actual income could be a fraction of what you were counting on. On top of this, if you're not careful with how and when you claim your benefits, you could trigger something known as the tax torpedo. This happens when your Social Security benefits, your IRA and your 401k withdrawals, and your other taxable sources of income, when they're added together. And it forces you into a higher tax bracket, which also forces you to pay higher marginal, higher capital gain tax rates, plus higher Medicare premiums. Next, it's the Social Security cost of living increase. Now in 2023, it was 8.7%. 24, it was 3.2. And while those are important because they help your benefits to keep pace with inflation, it also helped many retirees feel some relief. But it's not all good news. See, these large cost of living adjustments, they cause more retirees to be taxed on up to 85% of their benefits, and many to also be forced into a higher tax bracket, which is obviously not good news. So as a result, for many retirees, their cost of living increase that was designed to keep up with inflation may actually be fully consumed by taxes. Now, here's another one to watch out for. Don't assume the taxes you owe on your Social Security benefits, don't assume they'll be adjusted automatically just because you owe the tax. You'll have to file estimated quarterly taxes or ask the administration to withhold taxes from your checks. And last, this is a big one. Many people think they can turn to the Social Security Administration to get personalized help to get the most out of their benefits. That is not correct. Now, the staff at the Social Security Administration, they're not trained to give you financial advice, especially when it comes to taxes on your benefits. In fact, Forbes featured an article that said the agency has some 40,000 undertrained, overwhelmed staffers who routinely tell things that are dead wrong, half wrong, misleading, or incomplete. As a result, thousands of people are making terribly wrong decisions daily as to how they claim their Social Security benefits. Decisions that are costing them huge sums of money. So deciding how and when to take your benefits, it rests entirely on your shoulders. Now, there are some simple strategies that can help you to reduce or even eliminate these taxes altogether so that you get to keep more of your benefit in your pocket. That's why we put something together for you. I want you to learn how you can reduce or potentially eliminate the taxes on your Social Security benefits with a free, customized Cornerstone Retirement Social Security Benefits Analysis. Now, this analysis, it's going to help you to identify the strategies available to you that can help you to save a lot in taxes. It can show you exactly when to file for your benefits, as well as to help you to optimize your income in retirement, help you to possibly get more from your benefits, and also identify if you're eligible for any other benefits that could add up to thousands of dollars every year. So if you've saved at least $250,000 for your retirement and have not yet filed for Social Security, scan the QR code or give us a call to get that scheduled. And when we come back, we're going to take a look at the third retirement tax trap that could unnecessarily wipe out your hard-earned savings. We'll be right back.
Approaching retirement requires a shift in how you view your investment and income portfolio. Are you making the transition successfully? Author Chris Abts, in his latest book, Maximizing Your Income, will show you how to structure your income while avoiding 10 retirement pitfalls. You'll also learn 3 strategies to create sustainable retirement income. Learn to plan for potential healthcare costs and how to avoid 4 common yet costly Social Security mistakes. The information you gain from this book may help you retire sooner and help you stay retired. Get your complimentary copy today at MaximizingYourIncome.com and take control of your retirement.
Behind every photograph is a story. How will your life story be told?
We got the house of our dreams. Thank you for the down payment, Mom and Dad. It helps so much.
20 years ago, I remember hugging you just like this, Dad. Thank you for teaching me strength.
Say hello to Emma. Mom, you gained the title Grandma and a new best friend. She has your eyes, and I know she'll have your heart.
Create a legacy, a story worth telling. To learn how, call 853-9033.
Could your tax bill in retirement be larger than you think? Taxes can play a significant role in retirement. After all, they determine how much of your hard-earned savings you get to keep and how much you send to the IRS. If you're like many savers, you may not know the total amount of taxes you could potentially pay. I believe information is critical to making informed decisions about retirement. If you agree, I want to share a resource that can help. Use your phone camera to scan this QR code. It will take you to a page that generates a quick report that can help evaluate your potential tax bill in retirement. Want to learn how you can make your money go a lot further in retirement? You've come to the right place. Taxes will likely be your biggest expense in retirement. But there are some simple strategies that can save you a small fortune in taxes with your IRA and 401k, your Social Security benefits, and your other investment income. So today, we're focusing on 3 retirement tax traps that could needlessly rob you of your hard-earned savings. Now, before the break, we covered the first 2, and those are not planning out your IRA and 401k withdrawals, and then not knowing that 85% of your Social Security benefits can be taxed. So the third retirement tax trap that we're going to cover today, it's not preparing for higher future taxes. Hey, if you're in or nearing retirement, it's not a matter of if taxes will go up, it's a matter of when. And this could certainly be a devastating blow for your IRA, your 401k, or your other retirement savings. You know, most people believe they'll be paying fewer taxes in retirement. And I get that, because you're no longer earning a paycheck. But unfortunately, that won't be the case for many hardworking Americans. See, by the time you add up the taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals, taxes on your Social Security benefits, taxes on your other investment income like dividends, rental income, that type of stuff, you could find yourself in a higher tax bracket after you retire than when you were working. But it actually gets worse. For the last few years, our government has gone on an unprecedented spending spree. You know, between economic stimulus, infrastructure spending, and social policy bills, our national debt has reached an all-time high. And we're still spending trillions of dollars every year that we don't have. And it's important you understand that the government, they don't have money of their own. So the only way to repay this money is by raising taxes. Now, what might higher taxes look like, and how might that affect you? Well, today, the highest federal income tax rate is 37%. Back in the early 80s, the highest federal income tax rate was 70%. Now, I'm not saying that income taxes are going to go back to 70%. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying there's a whole lot of wiggle room between 37 and 70 for the government to raise your taxes. And while it might not feel like it, today's taxes are at historical lows, which means that right now, taxes are on sale. But the sale won't last long. It's just simple math. Today, we have the highest national debt in our country's history, and we have the lowest federal income tax rates in over 40 years. So obviously, taxes will increase. And if you're recently retired or nearing retirement, that's not good. Because each time you take a withdrawal from your IRA or 401k, a larger chunk of your savings would then go to Uncle Sam. And you'll ultimately be left with a whole lot less money for you to spend in retirement. The same will be true with income from your Social Security benefits and your other investment income, your dividends, your real estate, and the list goes on. And another concern is what nobody is paying attention to right now, and that is what I call legislative risk. And that is basically understanding that the government can change the rules of the game whenever they want. The government can change your taxes. They can change the rules in your IRA and 401k accounts. They can even cut your Social Security benefits. And with a growing national debt and the threat of rising taxes, that's why a growing number of people are taking proactive steps today to Washington-proof their retirement savings. So when the government does change the rules, you've already taken steps to protect your hard-earned savings. So take your IRA and 401k, for example. These are pre-tax retirement savings accounts. And that means you haven't paid tax on this money. When you take the money out of these accounts, Uncle Sam will get his cut. And because of the required distribution rules, you have to take the money out. But with a Roth, while you do have to pay the taxes up front, once the money is inside the account, every dollar of growth is tax-free. And once the money is in that account, you pay zero tax, no matter how much it grows. Another benefit of a Roth is there are no required distributions, which means you're in total control of when you withdraw the money. So the way our tax system works, the more money you have in traditional IRAs and 401ks, then the greater the amount of tax you can expect to pay in retirement. But if you convert to a Roth now, at today's historically low tax rates, all future withdrawals will be tax-free. So no more taxes on that money for the rest of your life. So if you haven't considered converting your IRA or 401k into a Roth, now might be the perfect time. We've helped thousands of clients do this successfully. Maybe we can help you as well. So you might be thinking, hey, how much money could you save in future tax bills by converting your IRA or 401k to a Roth? You might be thinking, what does it take to do this conversion? Or is it something you should do all at once? Or is there an advantage to spreading this out? Well, if you do it right, this can be a powerful tax saving strategy, and we can help you answer all of your questions with a free, customized Roth conversion analysis. So here's how this works. First, we get some basic information about your accounts. We do all the math for you to show you the difference between keeping your money in your IRA and 401k versus converting it to a Roth, and you get all the facts as well as the numbers that you need to help you to make the right decision. And with our national debt at all-time highs and income tax rates at 40-year lows, this could be your last opportunity to save a fortune in taxes by converting to a Roth. So let's find out how much you can save with a Roth conversion. So if you've saved at least $250,000 for your retirement, schedule your analysis now by scanning the QR code or by giving us a call. That's our show, and I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for watching.
Jolly good show.